Alright guys, welcome back. We got 11 fights. First one, Path 1, we got Apoc Cable for the synergies and Wiccan. Apoc is going to take Mojo here. We're heavy boosted just because we don't want to let Mojo do anything. Obviously, I like to start with advanced power boost and a power back boost. We're going to go special 2, get that concussion on there, super helpful. Right back up to a second special 2, block that special 1, and then another special 2, and Mojo is toast. So we don't have much, I don't think we had anything in the boss circle this time, but we do have all the minis on the left side, so as usual. So here we got strike counter, slopped armor, masochism, and that Mojo was also masochism, which is why Apoc works so great. So here we're the same boosts are on for Silver Surfer. So again, we're just going to try and stagger our hits a little bit to that first special 2. Already gets us right back to a special 1, get some healing from his armor breaks. Get a second special 2 off right away, and Silver Surfer is gone before you know it. Now we're going to move on to the second account. We got Doc Oc, Nebula, and Hulkling. Hulkling is going to put in a bit of work. This first fight, slopped armor, and when the opponent has an armor up, you're going to get power locked. So you're going to see me get power locked for most of this fight. I'm power burn immune, but power lock I am not. So Hulkling, this fight is just going to be more of a brute force way to do it. It's going to end up spamming a bunch of special 3s. I had done this fight before, hadn't done it in a while, so I kind of forgot about the weird interaction here, where if I can't get rid of his armor ups, then I'm going to have to deal with the special lock the entire time. Especially Nimrod also puts on his own special lock on, so you can see it's just hard for me to get off specials, but at the same time it's Hulkling, he's shock immune, so I don't have to worry at all about this. Like, he's poison and shock immune, it's great. And it's not too bad. I just have to worry, just make sure that I evade his special 2s. You know, we had that slip up in the last war, evading special 2s from Nimrod, so it made me a little extra, excuse me, nervous on this one. But, and here, I forgot completely that was an unblockable special 1, and we ate it, but Hulkling is pretty tanky at the same time. Now I realize it's unblockable, so I try for it, still miss the end of it, but not the end of the world. Back to a special 3 again, and yeah, it's a little bit of a longer fight here, but we do get it down, and we're going to use Hulkling for a super fun fight afterwards to really showcase his like shock immunity and what he can do for potentially some hazard shift nodes. So again, nice clean evade on the special 2, so that was working well today. Back to a special 3 again. And we just kind of go through this cycle here at the end just to finish off this Nimrod here, which is a little annoying. Gallon is usually my go-to on this one, but he has been banned lately, and for good reason. He's an absolute monster, but some of the fights that I used to do with Gallon, I have to find alternative methods for, which luckily I was doing it without Gallon beforehand. So I'm finding, you know, and it's fun to bring in champs, you know, that have been ranked up like Hulkling, who can help, and other champs for different scenarios. So next up, it's a Mangog. This node is all about, again, you need armor ups to really mess with you, similar to that previous one. Nimrod, great champ there. Mangog has no armor ups, so I'm just going to bring in Doc Oc, and we're just going to do Doc Oc things, which is this parry heavy, and keep Mangog from throwing a single special. He's not going to throw a single one, don't have to worry about the node at all. And usually I take him up in the boss circle with the unblockable special 2 and the extra power gain. Even without all that stuff, just makes it a lot easier. Super easy fight. We also have the neutralize on Doc Oc because he is a global attacker, so just makes it super easy. Finish with a full yellow bar. Now, this node here for Infamous Iron Man, it is a hazard shift, incinerate, and shock. So my plan here is I'm going in with Hulkling, but there are a couple things to be aware of. I can hit into his block, and there goes my invulnerability boost. I get clapped right off the bat. So the main thing here is I can hit into his block when he's under the incinerate mode, and then I can hit him while he's under shock. The issue is that if I back up too much, then when I hit into him like 5 times, I'm gonna be unblockable. So I have to make sure, and a nice clean evade on the special one there, I just need to make sure that I do not push him. Like I don't want to accidentally hit him and put an incinerate on myself. So you can see there I back off when it's one more hit before I trigger the unblockable. Then I can go in and trigger the unblockable into the special 2 once the incinerate is gone. It's just the shocks, so it's great. So again, hit into him. I'm going to back off now. It's the shocks again. Go for the nice clean evade on the special one. I think I evade it really nicely a few times, but then I take it to the face. Now it is aggression prowess, so he is getting extra prowess nodes here. Like he was up to 9 prowess, 8 prowess. The issue is, and there's a nice clean one, is that he cannot crit, and he can, instead of crit, he does power burn. I am power burn immune, and he's not critting. So when I do take a special one to the face, which I think was right there, I don't take a lot of damage, even though he had like 5 prowess when he threw the special, because again, Infamous Iron Man doesn't crit, and his damage is mainly power burn based. Because I'm immune to power burn, I'm not taking a lot of damage. There we go to the special 3, and again, make sure that now he's in the shock phase again, so I can go in no problem and try and finish him off here. Special 2, also easy to evade and counter. And there we go. Finish him off. Really nice fight. Just had to be aware of a few things, not to accidentally trigger the unblockable and put an incinerate on myself, and to play around the hazard shift. It was nice. Next, we got Wiccan against this slopped armor, buffet overtime, vigorous assault Hulkling. He's basically going to be unblockable the entire time, but melting the entire time. So I go with the heavy at the start. I probably should have just gone straight into my light ending combo, put on the neutralize. He's got an unblockable special 1. We're going to evade it, counter it, go in for the medium ending combo into the special 1, a bunch of incinerates on him. Now every time I try to get a buffet, or he tries to get one of the global defender, like one of those flourish buffs, every time he doesn't get a flourish buff, which is basically every time I hit into him, he is getting an incinerate instead, and he is just absolutely melting. Wiccan is absolutely amazing at counter for the current global. Next up, we have Path 2. We got Storm here, reinvigorated, unblockable, never back down. We got Apocalypse, similar to what we did before. We're going to do the exact same thing. Advanced power boost. And I think I tried to do all these fights in the same time period, so I might have had some of the same boosts on. Probably used another advanced power boost just to make sure that we got through here. Nice big special 2. Push her to a special 2. Nice, pretty clean evade there. I think we blocked the second part, evaded the third, and right into another special 2, and goodbye Storm. Next up is Terrax. And again, a global defender, but Wiccan is just going to absolutely melt him, even with buffet. So once we get the neutralize on, anytime he tries to get a flourish, or he tries to get the healing from buffet, those are going to fail, and we are just going to see a whole bunch of incinerates applied instead. So right away, a whole bunch there. And now I'm just going to go into a medium ending combo into the special 1. And we're just going to watch him absolutely melt. Can't get any of his buffs, and is just going to melt instead. Wiccan is just an absolute menace here. Really nice fight here against Terrax. No problem whatsoever. It's done before, you know it. Next up is a Thing, the mini at the top of section 2. And again, strike, counter, block, penetration, never back down. So if I back up, I'm going to trigger some healing. But we're going to we've got a bleed on our heavies, so it's very easy to keep. a handle on the rock stacks. Similar thing, we've got the advanced power boost, so we can get the concussion up, and also another way to help keep the rock stacks down below 15. There he throws that special one. I'm really not worried because I can go ahead, parry, go into the special one, especially with the concussion up. Doesn't trigger a lot of rock stacks, but he's up to 12, so we're going to lower those down back to 10 with a heavy attack. He throws another one, and again, with the 4 debuffs up, it is going to help mitigate some of the healing, so that is not so bad. And we're going to go right back into spamming special ones. Again, we're close. We're at 14 rock stacks. I think we do end up, we're at 15, but then we're going to parry heavy and bring it back down to 9 there. So Apoc absolutely shredded Thing this time. Next, we're going to go Path 2. We got the last 2 fights here. Path 2, Section 2, or sorry, Path 3 in Section 2. We've got an Omega Sentinel. We are going Slopped Armor, Thorns. We are going to bring in Nebula. We are going to do typical Nebula things. Try and get up to, we're going to hold our block, try and get up to 20 charges or as close as we can. And we are going to try and get to a special 2, drop the special 2 to get like as close to 20 shocks as we can, double them with the special 2, and watch Omega Sentinel melt. Again, just she's a robot, so having like 4 or 5 shock charges completely shuts down her abilities. Make sure we don't get clipped by that special one, which has happened rarely in the past. There we have 17 shocks. We're going to switch them into 34 shocks, and goodbye Omega Sentinel. Nebula did a great job. I actually had to rank up. I finally ranked up Nebula on my second account so that I have that option when because I don't have every champion that I use ranked up on both, so it's good to have it here. Now, again, we got a little tricky with the Man Thing here because of the, I have to be careful. I am going to try and do the same trick, which is get to the 20 shocks, and drop a special 2, but at the same time the Mystic Dispersion, which is fueling his power, is making me be a little extra cautious here, because I have to make sure that I don't give up, I don't push him to a special 3. So at this point I do get clipped there, which was really annoying, but we're going to go with 13 shocks, convert him into 26 shocks. And then I think from here on, we're just going to play a little more cautiously, not necessarily going so much. Like, we can just parry and get more shock charges just because of the node. Or actually, not even so much. It's just I didn't want to, I was a little nervous about the Mystic Dispersion. That's really all I was worried about at this point, is just make sure that if he throws that special 2, we'll go in. Now I'm going to build up some shocks again when he's at low power, so that we can go ahead, even with only 4 charges, like 4 shocks, convert them to 8. You know, just knock him down slowly but surely, but just being more mindful of just not pushing him to a special 3. So that was the main concern here, once I realized that the Mystic Dispersion was causing a little bit of an issue. But great war, 11 fights, all solos, nice and clean. I'm back from, I was away for a little bit, so I'm back. So hopefully we'll get some more live streams up. Hopefully I know we're going to have new content coming today for the side quest, so hopefully we'll get that up as well. Glad to see, I'll be glad to get on a live stream again, see everyone. So have a great one. Bye, guys.